Hello again, buddy. Matthew Ash here with your trend capture update. Yesterday I spoke about the British pound and how I was going to apply the hybrid mount to the British pound. Well, the neural network finished up about 4:30 p.m. and I was able to get all the settings that I needed. So I thought that I would go over the British pound because I said that's what I was going to do once it finished, and then I'll touch real briefly also on the euro trading that we did today. So right here, we had a short that was good for 21 ticks from the trigger to the low. And you had a decent size one here. We had a long right here, and your trailing stop wouldn't have taken you out to over in this area. That was 85 ticks from the trip to the high. Now we didn't trade this today because it was in the process of being analyzed by the neural network. Okay, then we had a long right here that gave us an emergency exit, -5 ticks. Then an immediate another long on the bar right after it for 18 ticks from the trigger high. That ultimately came down and stopped the second and the third position at break even. If they hadn't done that, we would have gotten all that too, but it did stop it out at break even. What I want to tell you too is the reason this is 5 ticks on the emergency exit is that the British pound is half of the euro, basically. So when you have a 1 tick move on the British pound is $6.25 as opposed to the euro, which is $12.50. So in euro terms, -5 ticks, -2.5 ticks. You had a long here that set you out, -7 ticks. That's what the system said the ideal stop level is, 7 ticks for the initial stop loss. Then you had a short here. That was 25 ticks from here to the low. You had another short here. That was about 16 ticks. Ultimately came back up and stopped you out of your second and third lot at break even. Here you've got a long that is stopped out by an emergency exit. Here you've got another long that didn't get stopped out here, but just before this bar finished forming, you got stopped out for 7 ticks right in here. And then, boom, you got another signal to go along. And that was for 13 ticks from the trigger high. The network still has to run the ideal times. I don't have the start time or the end time yet. That's a whole separate run. I would imagine it's going to be pretty close to what the euro was, but just for educational purposes, we did have a nice move here at 11:28. We had a short, and that carried us all the way 56.40, about 50 ticks. And then another short right here, and that carried about 30 ticks. And then that's all there was for that. So back. I think that was a big positive too. So they have the pound, and like I said, I'll be running the other half of the pound to get the dimes that are ideal. Once again, you want to try out the trading room, you can just send me an email at tradecapture@gmail.com. TRADECAPTURE@gmail.com. And I will send you a link to the room with the password. We're having a lot of fun in there, making some money too. Okay, you guys have a good night, and good luck with your trading tomorrow.